Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together. So,
All right.
welcome aboard, guys. We have found out that Alex is claiming Hacker McHectum.
From Ben,
no less. And we're trying to figure out if, in fact, I assume Byrne will just trust him. I assume she will not question as to whether or not Alex is telling the truth. She's just going to question the validity of, like, the statement, like, why would this happen? How would this happen? Kind of thing.
Right.
Because she does seem to be an inherently trusting person, but also trusting under duress. I'm not allowed to challenge you because you always attack me.
There's also that thing, though, too, that I have seen particularly with individuals who are identified as women or raised as girls, are typically encouraged to basically never question men.
Yes.
Men are expected to just be listened to, which is why you get a lot of mansplainers. You also get a lot of guys who basically just go, why wouldn't you listen to me? Why wouldn't I be entitled to have my voice heard? Like, for example, I learned pretty extensively back and forth, basically heard the same story over and over again, where they'd be like, so we did this study where we tested to see how often the guys spoke in this class versus the women folk spoke in this class, and we discovered that the guys accused the women of talking. What?
We did the study first where we figured out how much everyone talked, and then we tested their perceptions of how much everyone talked.
Yes.
Second step. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. And then basically, though, the guys were all like, well, we're all being talked over, even though the women barely spoke more than they had beforehand, and the guys more or less seemed to be pretty irritated about it, or just basically
so they
confused.
found that it was often like a 70-30 situation. 70% men talking, 30% women talking, but the men thought the women talked all the time.
Yes.
Because we are socialized to think that women are invasive and chatty and, just busybody hens.
They're harpies, and they won't shut up, and
All right, so
Ben, why would he do that?
to frame me and make you hate me.
Are you lying?
Oh, she did ask. Of course not. Why would I?
Oh.
Hey, look, I'm pretty disappointed that you didn't ask me about it. I did ask you about it just now. Okay, so this
That's
is
gaslighting.
This is actually an amazing case of gaslighting. We're basically going, he never contacted you in any way, even though he ostensibly completely knew about the situation. You have contacted him about this very thing, and he's going, look, you've hurt my feelings since you didn't ask me about it. And Byrne's going, I'm literally asking you about it. But usually, again, you get thrown off your feet in these kinds of conversations, and you go, because it feels like there's this obligation to sort of, I should have done something, because he's putting you in a position going, look, you've disappointed me.
Especially in regards to where we've talked about a lot of women are raised to caretake for men, period. That is just what happens. And so him going, I'm hurt, you're immediately more likely to go.
And now he's doing the, you hurt me and I forgive you for it.
Oh!
So the thing is these things usually come in really quick succession. This is actually a really good example of being like gaslit and overrun in a conversation, because before you get a chance to answer or really sort out your thoughts, they accuse you, and with redirecting the conversation and wrapping things in a different way than they actually happened, and then they forgive you for it, and then they move on.
Oh God, this is...
But it's fine. I guess you must be feeling pretty bad about it. And then they tell you what the proper response is sometimes.
Right.
Whether it's, I guess you must be feeling pretty bad about it, or basically, you must have been so overwhelmed. Depending on whether they want you to be cowed or they want you to allow them to caretake, they'll give you a script for how you should be feeling or how you should respond to them afterwards. And this is an amazing example of that.
Like, whoa. Yes, Alex, but I didn't mean to. Whoa, oh yeah.
It's fine. I understand.
God, this is so...
Look, I got to go now. I'll call you later, okay? And then he gets your consent. He demands your consent to allow him to call you later. So that's the, I'll call you later, okay. And then Byrne...
Shit. All right. And then they get talked into it, and now we're going to go back in the cycle of abuse, and we're going to go right back to where we started. Alex hangs up. Kayla looks at me expectantly.
And?
I shake my head. It isn't Alex.
But that long pause of, I don't, he said it wasn't him, but I already tried to question him, and then he asserted that basically I had been inconsiderate and done things wrong, and also in your, like, in the cockle, like in the deep, sad places of you, in the most primal area of you, you feel that you've been overridden and something didn't go right about that conversation, but you haven't had time to process what it is. So you've got this experience of going, and I've also agreed to let him in. I've promised that he can call me later. And then you're sort of reeling from that, and she's like, what makes you so sure he isn't lying?
I don't know. But he's accusing Ben now? At least there's the but he's accusing. Not saying well
not but
not
Ben
saying,
did it.
Yeah, Ben did it. Yeah, that's very different. So Byrne is hesitant even to like declare that Ben is the bad guy here, but there still is that thing of going like, well, that's the only other thread I have, but I'm still not sure.
Well, I guess we just have to wait until Ben shows up. Where in the world is he?
A few minutes later, I see Cindy and her lesbian minions walking towards me.
I still love her butch support girls.
I do too.
I'm super, like,
I do
they're
too.
amazing.
I'm for it. But what now? Cindy puts her hands on her hips like she's always. I mean, she puts both of her hands.
She does, but she turns herself completely to face me instead of being sidelong, like a 45-degree angle, and puts both hands on her hips. She is ready to do battle. She's ready to throw down.
Ready to do the murder. Everybody in the cafeteria gathers around us.
So everybody walks over together with their many, many legs and their many, many arms and just curls around one side of this, experience.
Staring at you with wide mouths and teeth. Just
many eyes.
And smiling. Ooh. If looks could kill, I would be dead right now, which might be preferable because everything sucks. What do you want, Cindy? Wasn't it enough that you slapped me?
Don't you dare lay a finger on Byrne. Cindy stands in front of Cindy again.
Humph.
Byrne's a nice girl, but I'm not. Shut up, Kayla. This is none of your business. My problem is with this slut. After sleeping with Jonathan and all of his friends, because I think she would specify all.
Yes.
She's making out with my boyfriend, Ben, publicly, for everyone, and then clearly bragging about it on the internet, because I'll just say that's what's happening.
Yes, actually, honestly, like, part of my brain is going, like, I know they have this stereotype in movies, and I wonder where the hell people think it comes from. Like, in regards to her going, where Ben has clearly told us, at least, and everyone
that they're
else
not together.
That they're not a thing at all. What is with the obsession? Unless it's basically going, this is the only way we can illustrate, basically, like, an obsessive, almost fan experience kind of thing. And I mean literally like obsessive fan.
Like literally this is an unfortunate psychological experience where this person feels that they are so entitled to him that even when he has told them no, they're like, if everyone else would just stop doing stupid things with or to him, then I would have him, so it's everyone else's fault.
Right.
I have to send the whole world to a psychiatrist for me to get better.
Right.
I've never met a girl like that. Now, again, I didn't go to public school for very long, but there really is this experience of, I knew girls who would be like, I want him, or, he's going to be mine, I have designs on him, but not, I'm dating him when he told me I'm not.
And also at the same time too, one of the reasons I bring this up is because I've seen people try to use this, and like what bugs me is that for the most part, it feels, well, obviously these are characters, because it's, like, to me, a more, like, even if human responses are bizarre and weird, it would be more
bizarre?
like Ben is basically, telling Cindy, oh, we are actually dating, or he's not saying anything really to her at all. Like, he is a part of the problem. You don't usually have somebody, like, I love this thing where people love bringing up going, my husband cheated on me, and this horrible slut of a woman just totally did this thing, and it was awful in public. And you're like, your husband had to sleep with this other person.
It takes two, unless she sexually assaulted him.
Which can happen.
Then it takes two people. Well, if she wasn't there being that way, it would have never happened. The thing was, is somebody else would.
Yes.
If he's susceptible to that for whatever reason,
yes,
then it's not just her. And a lot of it is a much bigger systemic problem, so let's do that anyway.
Right?
All right.
Ben isn't your boyfriend. And I'm not a slut,
Poor
please.
Byrne. She's been, like, watching her finally try and assert herself, like, more formatively. She's had to come to such a point of absolute overwhelm to say anything like it.
Right?
It's like, I am so sorry, honey.
I've been beat up so much. Out of the blue, Cindy throws a glass of water. She throws the whole glass and the water in my face.
Yes.
Ow.
I try to dodge the actual. Fortunately, it's thick glass, and it just bonks me in the fucking forehead. Ow! But then falls on the ground and shatters, but doesn't shatter on me.
That's really nice, because when I was a little kid, I will always remember this. I cannot remember, I believe they were milk bottles, but I was walking with a bunch of them up the concrete steps of the back of a house that I lived in Tennessee, and I dropped them on my feet, and they all shattered.
Oh.
And I ended up in the bathtub trying to clean my feet out with my mom crying and screaming because I'm bleeding everywhere. It was pretty bad.
I'm sorry.
I remember that. That's the thing I remember. And also I remember I had a little white cat, little white kitten. It was good.
Okay, good kitten. Good
yes.
kitten story. Excellent. I remember milk and kitten and good stories. A glass of water in the face.
2 separate stories, but I remember them.
I said,
I called them
memory
Snow
lane.
White.
That's adorable.
/ Snowball.
Okay, I had a snake and I named them Tippy Toes because they were quiet when they moved around. So that was it. Literally your snake with no feet or legs of any kind. You call them Tippy Toes because they're quiet when they move around.
That's so cute.
This was me as a child.
That's
all right. Don't you dare talk back to me, Burn.
Our audience gasps in shock.
Everybody has been joined by everyone, and they all collectively. It's a lot of gasping when you. Oh my God, the aspect ratio here is amazing.
That's hilarious. Kayla is about to lose it, but I hold her back because she's not in front of me. She's behind me. Where are we? I didn't know.
So the thing is you hold her back, but you make a gesture like "Don't do it"
at
your friend.
You're
and sometimes that is how you get your friend to hold back, is you just make a gesture at them.
You flail. You do a Kermit flail.
Oh, we are panicking here. Like, this is a terrible choice.
I step closer to Cindy and pull her hair. I love this. It's very casual. I step closer and I go,
Poink! I just grab her hair and a tug.
I do a pull. You humiliated me twice, Cindy, and I won't let that happen again.
Sorry, I don't even want to do that. Seriously,
It's fine.
Just let go of my hair. Boyfriend stealer.
You and Ben aren't dating. So it's up to us whether we kiss, all right? That doesn't mean though that I'm dating him.
That is actually an excellent statement, and I love this sort of rage has made me make poor decisions, but has cleared my vocabulary mind.
Yes.
And I'm just going to spit it out. If I want to kiss absolutely anyone and they consent and they're not involved with anyone, no one else gets to say fuck all about it.
Pretty much.
At all.
Go sit on it.
Yeah, and it's just this experience of Burn going, this is not your fight.
Buzz off.
You.
Enough.
And then he shows up. But he had told her. He told us that he told Cindy they weren't dating and they weren't together. Like, he literally described it way back in the day, going, I've told her we're not together.
Ben suddenly shows up and pulls us apart. Cindy is about to attack me again, but Ben holds her back. I said enough, Cindy.
Ben, are you seriously taking her side?
Yes, I am.
But you're my boyfriend.
No, I am not, Cindy. We've never even dated.
How could you say that, Ben? Okay, I'm suddenly feeling for Cindy really hard here, because what it looks like is that basically they had an intense experience together. And
they never knew what was going on.
And she assumed that meant relationship. And the thing is, and then it was not discussed because a lot of people don't communicate clearly. And there's one of those things where, okay, so something that I've encountered before in dating culture, it's not something I've experienced firsthand, but from numerous of friends that I've had over the years of my life, is an experience where two people agree, this is totally casual. And then they do a thing together, whether it's make out, whether it's have a really nice date, whether it's even have sex or whatever. And for one person, the experience became so intense that it no longer fell in the realm of casual. So they assume that it now means more, not because the agreement has changed, but because those feelings in that experience doesn't happen in that way unless it's no longer casual. In the same way that we've described that with men in relationships, they're not familiar generally with the intensity and emotional connection of women in relationships. So they go, there's something else here. And so I've had those various friends or people that I've known be like, but they know we have something more because it turned into something more. And for the other person, they're like, if it's not communicated, it doesn't exist. And like, you also have different standards. That kind of thing of going, no, but this turned into lovemaking instead of sex. And the other person's going, we just had sex.
Like,
it was good sex. It was sex.
Or it was just meh.
And I feel like something like that might have happened with her, and then it was just never communicated. And that kind of, I mean, I feel for her anyway.
Yes.
How could you say that, Ben?
Especially considering the fact that he does really, like, push his way into people's space, and he's like, don't make decisions, don't talk about things to me. I'm like, I don't know.
I've been stalking Burn for 4 years, okay? Fascinatedly watching her and her experience that I will not say the details of because she's listening.
Right.
And nothing else was serious for me ever.
Ever. Because it's the truth, Cindy. You should get a life. Fuck. Wrong Julian.
Wrong
It's okay.
Julian. Bye.
Wrong backpack.
It's okay. What has that slutty girl done to you? Why are you taking her side?
Enough, Cindy! I won't let you.
I really... oh my god, I just like...
I appreciate it.
It's okay, you can do it. Kisses?
I really love Ben, Cindy, and I want to be with her. I'm proud that you all saw the picture of us kissing.
Whoa. What did you say?
Yeah, I'm glad that you all know that Ben is the girl that I really love. So if you try to hurt her, you'll have to deal with me. Ben?
Ben, have you lost your mind? Just because she kissed you?
We had sex, is what I'm hearing.
That's what I am hearing.
Especially
that again, that she had a very intimate experience of some nature with Ben, which led her to believe that it would be appropriate for them to be involved because you don't have that experience without something deeper going on.
Right.
And that he's just going, no, never happened.
It was just
like,
sex.
You caught the feelings and that's not my fault. And suddenly we're back at Who Killed My Father Academy.
I know, right?
All right. You fell for her that hard?
Actually.
I've been in love with her for years. Which is how we're going.
He pulls me closer to him and I suddenly... What's going on? What? Please don't make... Yeah, I know. Please don't make things worse. I kissed her.
And he's... Is that true? I play along with Ben, but he...
You specifically said, do not play along.
Okay, so the thing is
whoa!
One, if you play along with Ben, it's because you don't remember anything. Two, you have to... I was going to say that. Two, we actually... we just fell on his face and he kissed us.
Yeah.
So he's technically telling the truth that he did kiss us, but we literally don't remember.
Yeah.
And since Byrne literally was just like, please don't make this worse... I do not think she would interpret that playing along with Ben would make it better in any way.
Yeah, it's been
because unless she can come to the conclusion that playing along with him will diffuse this and make it better, I don't think she would choose that.
I don't think so either. I think she's afraid of confrontation. We've said that before. And even where she's where she's gotten angry, she's been enraged or whatever, it's like she's been hungry, and now she's been basically emotionally distraught over the day. And I think even before when she got attacked by Cindy, that was emotionally distraught.
Yeah, she's been having a really rough time. This has been the worst couple of weeks of her life anyway. I say, but the only thing I can see is if in her head she goes, if I play along with Ben, Cindy will drop it because then it will be official. Would be the only way she might go after it. But I didn't feel like she was in that space.
Because she's like, we're not really dating either.
Yeah, so tell the truth.
So tell the truth that you don't remember a thing. I'm not sure. But if Ben and Kayla say so, it must be true, right?
Were you drunk? Just swings in front of Ben. Oh, I might have a foothold. Were you drunk? Whoa, I should report you to the teachers. I might not be able to make your romantic life the shit I want it to be, but I can totally get you in trouble for underage drinking.
Which, actually, so if you don't know, even though teachers punish, kids for that, I think it's stupid, because unless they actually physically catch you drinking, they can't fucking do jack shit about it. They can report you for potential counseling, but unless they have evidence, it's okay, it's not like people haven't accused people of, things and haven't gotten them shot, or haven't gotten them killed, or haven't gotten them thrown in jail. That shit happens with the cops all the time.
But with kids, especially a whole bunch of white kids, you're going to have an experience where if somebody in school says they in the past have done this thing that you can't test for. If they said, I saw them smoking marijuana, they can literally do a test. Now, they could breathalyze her.
No, but you can test for marijuana. You can test for marijuana
That's what I said. They can literally do a test.
No, I know. But
they can do one for marijuana, is what I said twice.
Okay. I was going
to say, so they would be able to substantiate your claim and then get you in legal trouble because they have evidence. But if you just go claiming things to adults, if Byrne's not a problem student, a lot of times there's so much going on in people's lives as adults, and most of us who are adults listening to this game would know, you don't usually have time to deal with someone's petty grievance over something that has no proof.
Right.
And with someone that isn't really a problem.
Especially in regards to, if I had to guess, Cindy is probably a problem bully.
She
has a serial
the
bully.
most popular bully, remember?
Yes.
So, based on that, she would be more likely to get in trouble than
Yes.
Byrne because she's usually the one starting trouble. So just thinking from a realistic standpoint. However, there
Unless
could be a
Byrne is
level of-
lying.
On the other hand, Cindy's just posturing to make Byrne feel small.
Right? No, Byrne wasn't drunk.
Yeah, look at how lovey-dovey they are in the picture. They're clearly both into it and clear-headed. No one would remember who started the kiss. They both wanted it, okay? If you were there and witnessed everything, you'd understand. I couldn't even tell who kissed who first.
Why are we doing the lying thing?
I said, enough. Oh, you're going to pay for this
Well, we're going to have to see how we're going to pay for it
in the next one.
Oh my God. All right, you guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!